Good morning, everybody. Today is May 22nd. The time is 10 a.m. and I'm welcoming everyone to our curriculum committee meeting. We have all of our members present and I need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
4-0, thank you. Can I get a motion for approval of the meeting minutes for March 27th?
So moved.
All in favor?
Second. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Oh,
Aye.
sorry. Reverend Kirkpatrick? Okay, 4-0, thank you. Okay. Dr. Rogers, action items. Digital resource
morning.
renewals.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, board members. We have several action items today. We'll start with the digital resource renewals. So we're seeking approval for several digital resources that are used by our students and our faculty. Funding for these programs come from existing digital or instructional or professional development funds, as outlined in the memo that you have received. So I'll highlight them quickly and then open it up for any questions you may have. So Renaissance provides support for reading and math, and then Edmentum includes digital resources for credit recovery. When we look at Instructure, it is our learning management system and provides a platform to help us make effective operational or financial or product decisions. We also have Follett School Solutions, and that's our digital library and resource management system. And then finally, we have Discovery Education, and it provides standards-aligned digital content across grades K-12 for all subjects, and it also includes professional development and assessment tools for teachers. So Casey Rimmer, our Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction, has joined us just in case you have any questions.
Any questions?
I have a question, Dr. Rogers. So everything, practically 85 to 90% of learning that takes place in the classroom is digital. Is that safe to say?
No, sir.
Okay.
So the face-to-face learning environment is just a balance of face-to-face work, traditional kind of classwork that we know and we think of when we think about school, and then digital tools are used to enhance instruction, to enhance teaching and learning.
So let me restructure my question. So I'm kind of getting to like textbooks. Do they still use textbooks in the classroom? That's the area
Overarchingly, no, we don't
No.
have a lot of textbooks in the classroom. And so teachers and at the district level, we curate those resources and provide content resources. And then there's just a fine balance of a digital tool for a precise purpose.
Okay.
I'll just say this, Reverend Kirkpatrick. I mean, one of the big pushes and the feedback we've heard from teachers and staff, especially post-pandemic, and Dr. Rogers mentioned, is getting back to balance, where you're not just on a device all the time. You know, the district has made historical purchases for middle and elementary in particular for classroom sets of books. We used ESSER funds to purchase a K-5 curriculum that includes class libraries and those things, so that kids actually have hard copy books that they can read in class. And if you were to go to elementary and middle schools and observe those, you would see that balance. At the high school level is a little bit more challenging, but we have worked the past 2 years in particular to get more of our kids to close that device and engage interactively, collaboratively with hands-on learning. As Dr. Rogers said, most of our digital resources are used to enhance the delivery of instruction for teachers, as well as supplemental resources for kids during independent practice and or at homework at night. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
No.
We need a motion to send this to the full board.
Make a
So
motion to send this to second.
Okay, I'll do then, John. I'll do second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Sole source purchase transfer VR.
Yes, ma'am. So CTE is requesting approval of Transfer VR to be renewed. It's an existing product for us, and it's a sole source vendor because they provide career exploration and industry certification simulations with the virtual reality headsets. And so you have received the memo with the information in it, and then Brian Davis is here to answer any questions you may have.
What's the cost?
Yeah,
Yeah, so these are this particular set is what we're going to be using for our summer camps. We get additional. So because of the wide range, what we do the full package, and we're going to get for each headset is $5,000, and it is a $50,000 cost using ESSER funds.
Any other questions? Need a motion to send this to the full board?
So moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. 4-0, thank you. Safe and Civil Schools Resources, sole source purchase.
Yes, ma'am. This is another annual sole source purchase. It provides professional development around setting up expectations in the classroom management for teachers at some of our schools. And it also provides professional development to address absenteeism. And it is a Safe and Civil Schools product, and we're seeking approval for that. And then Mr. McGraw is here to answer any questions.
Any
Bro,
questions?
do we have truancy court? Do we provide truancy court?
We do refer people to truancy court at times. Reverend Kirkpatrick, during COVID, truancy court kind of was put on hold a little bit, but we do refer people to truancy court to get them to comply with truancy, that kind of thing.
Before COVID, was it beneficial, truancy court?
I think it is for some parents, sir. I think we want compliance. We want students to attend school. So when we refer them, the biggest thing we want is compliance, not the punishment piece.
Right. Okay.
How did we decide the list of which schools are getting these resources?
These are the schools, Ms. May, that have shown the greatest need, and where we some of them are the legend schools where we already received some grant funding, but this is through Title II funding is how this will be funded. DPI does allow for that.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Need a motion to send this to the full board?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 4-0, thank you. Classroom support for behavior focus, Dr. Rogers?
Yes, ma'am. I am sharing my screen, and I will go through this presentation for classroom support for behavior focus. Can everybody see the presentation okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So our EC department is seeking approval on a contract for specialized programming that we need classroom supports for behavior focus. Dr. Beecham is unable to attend our meeting today, so I will share this presentation with you. So when we look at the why are we seeking this contract? Behavior focused classrooms have been in our district for over 10 years. And due to the implications of teacher shortages, we are finding continued difficulty in staffing our BFC classrooms. We also have increased student needs and increases in the numbers of specialized setting classrooms that are needed. When we take a look at our data, you can see here that 28% of our EC teachers resigned. Of those 28%, 80% are from specialized setting teachers. That was in 2021. And then last year, we looked at 20% of our EC teachers resigned, but yet 60% of those resignations were in specialized settings. So these trends mirror the national trend data as well. And so that's one part of our why. And we also took a look at our enrollment trends, which are consistent with national trends as well. If you look across our 4 years here, you can see an increase in enrollment with our behavior focused students. And these are students that require intensive behavior and mental health supports, highly trained teachers and staff, small teacher to student ratios, and specialized program according to their IEP goals. And so we are looking for how can we provide exactly what students in our behavior focused class, what they might need. So earlier this year, Dr. Beecham and I went to Columbus, Georgia to visit Chance Light Education, and we were able to tour and work with the Chance Light team to see several classrooms, and we were very impressed with what they have to offer. So we have evaluated and selected a contracted specialized program, Chance Light Education, and it will meet the needs of our students with intensive behaviors, and we truly need this contract to be able to move forward because we are looking to enhance our behavior programming opportunities. It'll add to the continuum of services, and it'll actually strengthen that. It will provide a higher level of specialized support, including mental health supports, and the highly trained teachers and staff that we truly need. So what are our next steps? We're here today to seek approval from the curriculum committee. And once that occurs and we get full board approval, we will identify a location. We have looked at our priorities, and what we know is that our first priority is one middle school with 2 classrooms in it, and this will be paid for with recurring EC money. And then we would look for, when we receive the state funding for EC, we will look to see if we can expand to the elementary level and possibly high school in the future. We don't yet know about our state funding at this point in time, so we cannot make that determination, but that is the plan of what we would like to do. Here and now, we know we can start with one middle school location with 2 classrooms utilizing recurring EC funding. So that is the end of the presentation, and then I'll open it up for any questions you might have.
Dr. Rogers, what is the name of the organization or the program?
Yes, sir. It's Chance Light. That's one word, education.
And how long have they been in existence?
Over 45 years.
Oh.
So they're a national company, a national organization, and just the closest location to us was Columbus, Georgia, which is why we went to go see it.
And you felt like they show proven results to help these students that are in these specialized settings?
Absolutely. They were able to share some of their data with us, and there's a lot of strength in their data protocols and processes and goal setting with students. We were very, very impressed with that component.
And if we move forward, is it a 1-year, sorry, a 1-year contract?
It will be a 1-year contract, and then we'll determine in the next year, we'll have recurring money to be able to extend that contract. But just for this first year, it'll be a 1-year contract.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Oh.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I see the increase on the page from 2021 20 to 23 24 42. Now, where are we? How are we identifying the reason for this increase? Because just kind of looking at the climate of education, teachers are underpaid, they get frustrated. And my concern is we need as much help as we can get. But I'm just concerned about how we're identifying these kids to be able to say that we need, and I know we need the services. I just don't want kids to get caught up A lot of these kids are being diagnosed because there's some challenges with classroom management. Because every teacher that may be in the wrong school may not be doesn't mean they're a bad teacher. Some environments are just not good for everybody. And I just want us to be, I'm just concerned that we're just not identifying kids just because, that we are really giving these kids a fair chance and identifying them. And then it could be where parents after COVID are starting to see the issues in their child at a young age, and they're wanting to not attack them. They're wanting to support them early so they won't be an adult struggling. And so you all are very certain that, number one, teachers are doing a good job and support staff is doing a good job of identifying kids, diagnosing kids, and that this program is really going to help bridge that gap and not just support the kids, but also a way of supporting the families as well.
So we are very confident that this contract will provide
Yes,
the
ma'am.
supports that we need. Qualification is an IEP team decision, but I can assure you that before an EC team or an IEP team makes this determination, that we have several levels that occur to rule out instruction as a cause for behavior. And with that, we utilize it's called our MTSS process. And so that's where we are able to identify and provide supports directly to the teacher in the classroom in regards to students that may need supplemental supports with
Yes.
behavior and or intensive supports right there in the classroom, to try to determine some of the root causes. And then it can go to the IEP team.
Gotcha. And you all have not identified what school as of yet?
No, sir, not at this time.
And when would that determination be? I guess before school.
As soon as we have full board approval.
Any other questions? I need a motion to send this to the full board for approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Our next meeting date is June 26th at 10 a.m. via Zoom, and I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Y'all have a
Thank